right, so here we are. We're on the Check for Understanding 3.2, and the idea behind this was making sure that you were able to read a graph and understand what you're talking about. This says describe the situation from the graph. So they're talking about 40 pounds, a 40-pound bag of dog food. Hopefully you understand that this is a decreasing value, which means the amount of dog food in the bag is what? Decreasing over the number of days that are increasing. Okay, so you should see that the X's get bigger while the Y's get smaller. So describing the situation would be saying, oh, I'm feeding a dog a certain amount of dog food per day. Okay. What is the independent variable? Hopefully we know that the independent variable is the one that's on the bottom. Independent variable is always X. And what is the dependent variable? It would be Y, correct. Is this relation a function? And the answer would be why? Because unfortunately, it's yes because it passes the vertical line test, right? It passes the vertical line test. Or the other way you could say it is yes because the X's don't repeat. We don't have any dots that are right over top of each other, okay? So the X's don't repeat, or it passes the vertical line test. They mean the same thing. One of them's dealing with putting the pencil on your paper and going, oh, it passes the vertical line test. The other one would be if they listed all the points. Okay, problem 5. It says, what is the y-intercept? And hopefully we understand that's this point right here. So the y-intercept is 40. And what does it mean in terms of the problem? That means it's a full bag of dog food, right? It's the 40-pound bag of dog food. It's a full bag. Okay? So that's what it means. What does it mean in terms of the problem? It's a 40-pound bag of dog food. Next one. Is the slope negative or positive? Negative because it goes from left to right. Right. You have to know it goes down from left to right. When we're reading from left to right, it's going down. That's why you know it is negative. Okay? You also know it's negative because one number is decreasing, the other number is increasing, right? If it's a positive slope, they both go in the same direction. That means if both numbers get bigger or both numbers get smaller, that is a positive slope. All right, number 7. What is the slope? Okay, well now, unfortunately, you have to find the first difference. So you would have to figure out what the slope is. So I would be picking 2 points. My 2 points I'm going to pick would be the the y-intercept and the x-intercept. Because at the y-intercept, I know that my y number is what? Hopefully you know it's 40. And my x number at that y-intercept would be what? It's 40 and... no, it's 0, 40. That's the y-intercept. And the x-intercept would be 30, 0. So now I can do the first difference, which would be 40 minus 0 and 0 minus 30.
Thank you.
Which ends up being 40 over 30. And forgive me, it's supposed to go down here. So 40 over 30 would be 4/3, which means you use 4. What's the top number represent? What's the units for the top number? Okay, unfortunately, the y number is not days. What is the unit? Pounds, right. So this would be pounds, and this is days. Now, this one happens to be the units, and what they have as the independent quantity are the same. That's why they don't have, okay, so it's pounds per day. So this would be 4 pounds per, no, 4 pounds per 3 days. Right. Sorry, my dyslexia. This is supposed to be a D, not a B. I apologize. So it's 4 pounds per 3 days. That's what a slope tells me. And it's the words. This is what many of you have to get used to. You're using the Y word over the X word. Okay? The math is easy. Most of you can do the math. You put the Y's over the X's. That's not the hard part. It's the Y word. It's 40 pounds. They want you to say it in the situation of the problem. It's 4 pounds of dog food for every 3 days. Now, if I wanted a unit rate, I'd have to actually divide 4 divided by 3, and I'd get 1.3 repeating. Okay, that would be the unit rate. But they didn't ask for the unit rate. But that's what a unit rate would be. Because that would be per day then. Okay, that's why you do the division problem, so you get the per day. All right, so on the back it says, let F be the name of the function that describes the total amount of dog food remaining in the bag in the number of days. Okay? And we're going to write it in function notation. So that means we would have F of X equals 4/3 Is it 4/3? No. What's the slope got to be? Okay, what's the slope got to be? Positive or negative? It's got to be negative 4/3. So that means over here, this should have been negative 4/3, meaning we're losing 4 pounds of dog food every 3 days, right? So over here, it would be negative 4/3 X plus what? Where do I start? At 40. Correct. Okay, so this is function notation. Then it says rewrite your function as an equation in slope-intercept form. Well, hopefully you know that's y equals negative 4/3 x plus 40. What's the only difference between the function notation and slope-intercept form? No. Instead of using f of x, which is function notation, I just use the letter y. And now they want me to change it to standard form, which means what? I have to do what? Put the... Correct? Put both the variables on one side. And what's the second thing? Can't have any fractions. So when I move the x over the equal sign, it becomes 4/3 x. It was negative. I move it over, it becomes positive. Plus y equals 40. And then what must I multiply the entire problem by? 3. So I multiply by 3, multiply by 3, multiply by 3, and I'm left with 4x plus 3y equals 120. All right, so this is a brief review of everything that was in 3.2. Okay, starting with being able to find independent dependence. We've been doing that forever. Being able to find the y-intercept and what it means. Being able to find the slope, doing the first difference problem. Being able to do the first difference problem. Being able to find unit rate if we need to. Understanding that it's a decreasing slope. Being able to write it as a function. Being able to write it as slope-intercept. Being able to write it in slope-intercept form, and then being able to change slope-intercept form into standard form. All right, thank you very much.